Hello, my dear Sagittarius. You have Venusian vibes here to give you your December love and spirituality reading. I'd like to start off by saying happy birthday to all you Sagittarians out there. It is mostly your birthday month in December. A lot of you have your birthdays in December, and I'd love to wish you guys a happy birthday. Whether your birthday is in December or in late November, because we have some November Sagittarians out there as well. So welcome to your beautiful December reading. I have made a fresh candle that I'm going to start you guys off with. It is I make these candles every month for my readings, and this one is infused with the healing vibration of Archangel Raphael. I was feeling like healing is an important modality for us right now, or an important aspect to our lives, is to really focus on healing, because this last October and November there's been a lot of very intense energies that have really led to a lot of growth, but also a lot of, to be honest, a lot of suffering. And things are supposed to be taking a turn for the better in November, as I'm doing this reading now around this time. Astrologically, without getting into all the details of it, things are supposed to start to really become easier for everybody after we'll be getting out of those really tough few months. And honestly, I mean, it's been hard. This whole year's been very hard for many people, and it's come to like a crux, to an intensity in the last few months that has led to transformation, like I said, a lot of growth, but also a lot of pain, and that's for the many individuals experiencing this, is in the grand scheme of our experiences right now at this time. So okay, I'm going on and on. Basically, so that's why I chose to do a candle where I called in Archangel Raphael. And so just being in the presence of this, the vibration that this candle is giving off should help with, it should help with any way that for you specifically you feel like you need to heal. It should help to bring about your intention and your ideas and your motivation to heal in the way that you need. Any small bit helps. I'm not saying this is like, the end all be all of healing, but obviously, but every little thing helps. And anyway, that's what this lovely candle is all about. And there it goes. So okay, all right, so let's get tuned in to your guys' reading now. I'm going to start with a beautiful oracle card. I'm pulling a card for you from the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck. And you can hear me. Oops, wow, lots of cards want to talk to you. I'm gonna start shuffling now. I know you can't see me shuffling, but just the angle of the camera makes it hard for me to shuffle on screen, but I'm sure you can hear it. Let's just see what Sacred Destiny has to say for you. And I'm going to read to you the meaning of this card at the end of the reading. But for now, we'll just get that one beautiful word on the card. Okay, there we go. Okay, so for Sagittarius, we have this beautiful card. I love it. There's an element of fantasy here. It's very beautiful. And the word change. Okay, so that's going to be sort of a theme for you guys in December. How can you change your life? How can you make improvements that make you happier in your day-to-day life? How can you surmount challenges you've been facing in a new way? What can be changed that's kind of going to be on your mind. And it'll also be that changes are happening in your lives that for some of you, maybe you don't feel like you had control over. For others of you, you've made those choices to make these changes, but it's about things are not staying the same. Something, and for some of you, it's going to be big changes, like you're moving, you got a new job, things like that. And so we have like a range of you people watching, and this changing element is going to be different, manifest differently for all of you. But let's see what's going on. Let's get more into this. So I have already shuffled your deck here. I'm just going to tune into your energy and then cut the deck and see what we have. Okay. All right, so we have the Queen of Pentacles as your underlining energy for the month. This is going to be about how you're feeling, how your mood is. Moods change, but it's basically about like how you are in the world, how you're being in the world in December. And the Queen of Pentacles indicates that you guys are going to be very much focused on your own life journey, feeling very secure and content, which is very good to see since we had this change card. It indicates to me that for the majority of you, these changes are welcome changes. They're not surprises. It's something that you've been trying to manifest or are going to start trying to manifest in December, and it feels good, and it feels like you're moving forward in a direction that you want to move in. So you're focused on yourself, you're feeling secure and solid in your life, and you're feeling like you have control and power within your life. So that's really fantastic to see. All right. I'm going to now just lay out your December spread, and we will see what we have here. Oh, interesting. King of Pentacles in the reverse is in the center. So we now have both of these. That's very interesting. Okay. Okay. We have Wands. Five of Swords sitting in your unconscious placement. Seven of Swords in the reverse. Wow. Okay. So it looks like there are challenges coming towards you in December, but you're going to be able to meet them fairly well because of the energy you are coming at the world with. It is very solid, secure, like I was saying. So whatever challenges, and I'm going to get more into what these challenges are. And I also have your past in at the bottom of this deck here, which I might get into. We have the Nine of Wands here in the reverse for your past. So it would seem that recently, and the Two of Cups, I guess this is off frame for you, and we have the Two of Cups underneath. Knight of Pentacles. I almost get a sense of relating to someone you were in an attachment with, a romantic connection with, and there's been a release I'm feeling with the Nine of Wands in the reverse. I think you guys have those of you looking at this reading right now, I think that a lot of you have released a person who you were interested in recently, or you were even in a relationship with, and there was a sense of having to feel a sense of feeling like you need to protect yourself from this person a lot, or that you need to, and or that they weren't making you feel secure in your life. It seems that for a lot of you, it's very important. You were feeling like it's very important right now. Or I'm going into December. Going into December is going to be very important for you to have security. You want foundation. You want to feel solid in your life. You want to feel grounded. And I'm thinking that this you've had these walls up, and having to put a lot of energy into a person who wasn't making you feel very secure. Interesting. So I think there's been a release recently. And for those of you where this does not necessarily apply to like a love interest, you've released something, and this can be November. So this, if you watch this reading in November, like you could be going through this now, if you haven't already. But it's about an aspect of your life that you've had that made you feel insecure, made you feel ungrounded, and like you didn't have strong control over your life, and that you have let that go, basically, going into December. The King of Pentacles in the reverse, we have the Moon on the left, Eight of Wands in the reverse, Seven of Swords in reverse beneath it. So someone's hiding, someone's not letting you know their thoughts, their feelings, their position relative to you. They're not communicating, they're not coming in to talk to you. And for some of you, there's an element of waiting for this person. Okay, so I'm thinking you guys put up your own barrier towards this person, attempting to and wanting to release them. But then there's a part of you that actually is hoping that they'll reach out. Just a small part of you. We all have our fragments going on within ourselves. No one's just one complete whole person that where the entirety of you feels and thinks the same thing. We're fragmented, and there's a strong part of you that wanted to release this thing and probably put a block on them. With the Nine of Wands reversed, Eight of Wands reversed, there's a strong indication of being blocked with communication and with a connection. And some of you might have literally blocked someone off your phone, or at least are ignoring their calls and messages. The intention is to release, is to be able to release this person, hopefully by not communicating with them and not feeding energy towards them. You're hoping that maybe this will help me be able to release this person because they don't make me feel grounded. But there's a part of you that in December is still kind of waiting to get a message from them. A part of you that hopes that they'll reach out. And it's connected to the Moon element. And so from that, it's feeling definitely like that's more your emotional side, like the part of you that is just full of feelings, and probably there's some trauma, some past things that have led you to feel like you really want attention from this person. And so there's a part of you that's just waiting to get that kind of reinforcement that they're still interested, despite actually wanting to leave them behind. For my dear Sagittarians, it's it's just definitely very mixed energy, and they're not in December. There's no indication here of someone coming in to communicate with you. I'm just not getting that at all. So I think you're right too. I think for the most part, the way you're living your life is self-focused and in working on these changes that are happening in your life. You're working towards your goals, and you're being practical. You're being self-assured and patient, sort of like exuding a patience within your life, and which is great because Sagittarius energy, being that fire energy, can be very can sometimes be less patient. So it is good to, when you approach things, especially changes in your life, things you're trying to get off the ground or move towards, to do it with an air of patience and not get so frustrated by things not happening fast enough. So that's a message for some of you. So the Five of Swords in the reverse here. This is also a release of some pretty troublesome dynamics, it being in the reverse, but it's just in your subconscious. Five of Swords in the subconscious. I would say that you are grappling with your own different sides to yourself. You're grappling with your emotive side that has an unwanted attachment to this person or to a situation, a job even for some of you. And the part of you that's like, what are you doing? And I feel like this person here is the part of you that's like, what are you doing? Why are you waiting for this? Why do you want this person to reach out to you? Why do you want this? Because there's blood in the background here. Clearly there's been pain and suffering brought on by this person. And so the logical part of you is like, why are you doing this to yourself? Like, get over it. But then you have the part of you that's like, the emotive part that's like, oh, but I just want, I just want that connection. I want to feel their love towards me, things like that. So it's a split part of yourself that's coming through down here. It won't work to try to have one side control the other. There needs to be integration here for both sides. Integration is bringing fragmented parts of yourself together to create like a whole, so that you're not just having one part being like, no, maybe I want to still keep communicating with this person. Maybe I want to keep this relationship going. The other part's just like, what are you doing? Oh my God, like this person is just hurting you. They're not helping you be that secure, amazing person that you want to be. So I'm thinking there's also an element of not appreciating yourself. And that's coming through with the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So I think that you've come a long way in your life, and you've been very independent, and you've created, and you're still working on creating a solid life for yourself, making those changes needed to move even further in the direction you want to go. But you're not appreciating that about yourself. There's an element of a part of you that just seems to have a bit almost low self-esteem. And we have here with the moon, and I see the white wolf and the black wolf. I'll get this card so you can see it a little bit closer. So you can see the black wolf and the white wolf here. This is a beautiful card. I absolutely love this card. And this woman is in the depths of the water, the moonlight shining through. This is about the subconscious. It's the part of you that desires and wants something. And I'm getting the sense that going back to that part of you that still wants to hold on to something that just has not been working, it's like a drowning. There's a victim there. There's a trauma there, and a sense of victimhood that you feel like for some reason changing this person, or somehow did I just say changing this person? Oh yeah, there's that word again, change. So changing that person is somehow going to revoke a trauma you experienced once in your life. And I think you want them to sort of be, it's sort of a victim mentality, this part of you. It's not easy, I'm sure, for a Sagittarius to view themselves this way, or to recognize that there's a part of you that has this mentality to sort of feel like you kind of like almost damsel energy here, like you want a savior. And to get this person who's been so unhelpful and has made you feel nothing but secure, if they changed to be your savior, someone who's just there being that King of Pentacles upright energy, which is solid and helpful, of service, but also completely in control of their own lives, and they're manifesting what they want. They have a control and power in their life, just like the Queen of Pentacles. So, but you want to see that reflected in this other person. And so this part of you is drowning, and you're for some reason seeking this other person to save you, to rescue you from the water, from the deep waters, instead of just having yourself there to sort of integrate and assist you. So we need to look at how we're projecting our inner savior onto someone else and just desperately trying to get this saving, this to be helped and by someone else instead of by yourself. Some of you will have to really think about or feel into that if you're interested in pursuing your inner world a little bit more. There's an element of you that is feeling this way, and it's probably repressed. It's probably something that you don't like to admit about yourself. Sagittarius is a strong sign. The fire energy, you guys are very strong people. Okay? So it's not going to be something that's easy for you to admit, or any fire sign to admit, of a vulnerability or a sense of victimhood. But we have all had traumas, and we all have fragments that are sometimes, when you access them, are very surprising. So there's an element to being able to access the strength of the feminine nature, but not of the masculine. So a weak which is ironic for Sagittarius. I'm probably speaking to a lot of Sagittarians identify as being feminine. And so the masculine side is a little bit being less expressed, and that is divine masculinity is simply all about service. The divine masculine is there to assist, to protect, to hold space. And so you can see how within your own life, how you're not manifesting that for yourself. And we can't be just at it alone without, and do everything ourselves. That's just, everybody needs assistance. But it looks like this, so you guys are dealing with this person their personality is not manifesting in a way that's at all beneficial to you. And they're not coming forward, at least in December. So if you're trying to get that from someone who's incapable of giving it, you need to start to maybe ask yourself why. So I'm going to pull 4 more clarifiers to see what else is going on here in December. First I'm going to separate these a little bit. I want these to make sure these are even for you. I have like a thing about my spread being even. Okay, so 4 clarifiers for you guys. Let's see. I'd like to also point out that I'm getting a connection with the Change card, with the 8 of Wands reversed and the 3 of Wands. So the change is really connected to your own element, being the fire element of Wands. And it's all about you. It's all about the change within yourself, the changes in your life that you're going to be making in December. And to be extremely self-focused is going to be very important for you. It's all about this person not coming in for you. It's going to be very important for these changes to actually manifest. So we have the Queen of Cups reversed, 2 of Pentacles reversed, I'm going to get 2 more. Ace of Swords, beautiful. That's very good. Ace of Swords. That's a whole new way of thinking coming in for you. Whole new way of thinking, and you're going to get it by not talking to this person and by them not talking to you. And we have the Sun. So a lot of joy, a lot of happiness comes out of this new way of thinking that's going to be blossoming, blooming for you in December. And it's going to spark all these changes too that are manifesting in your life. But on the left, we do have the Queen of Cups in the reverse, and it's being connected to the moon right now. So this is tapping more into that concept of sensitivity. And there's this feminine aspect, this watery, by the way, the Queen of Cups is the element of water. In the moon, we are seeing this woman who is underwater. So this is about the subconscious, the feminine sensitivity. The word sensitivity I'm feeling is very significant here. But also when I say it, I'm actually getting a sense. I'm getting a sense of a wound. And almost like a visual of someone just twisting their finger in a deep wound, and it's on your chest on the left side, I guess where the heart is. So there's something going on with your heart chakra, and there's pain there. Some of you guys might even be experiencing some chest pain at points in December, and more on your left side, and tension there. And there's a wound there, a deep wound, so it's been there for a long time, and this person didn't create this wound, but they are the ones twisting their finger in it. So you've had it for a while, and this person wouldn't have been a vibrational match to you to twist their little finger into your wound, unless if you didn't already have a trauma that made you a match to them. So it'll be really good to do some, and by the way, the heart chakra is associated with the color green, and I did feel inspired to do a lot of green in my display this month, and obviously with my candles. So I think you guys, you're definitely experiencing this sensation of a wounding, a heart of heartache, and it's attached to this word sensitivity. Now I'm thinking a lot of you have rejected your own sensitivities, and therefore they've kind of grown in the darkness and spread, and they're there, and they're going to start making themselves known in your body. So for those of you experiencing chest pain, or you might be in December, know that that's your sensitivity, the part of you that gets hurt feelings, and that might have a little bit of a low self-image, that might feel like you've been treated poorly and has internalized that treatment to mean that you deserve it, and certain things like that. And sensitivity turns toxic only when you don't accept that you're sensitive. We're all sensitive. And if we don't accept this about ourselves, it turns into low self-image. And I'm getting that message that that's what's happened for you guys. I've never said that before, but that's what I felt like I needed to say. So, so that's what's going on there. And then with the Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles in the reverse here, that's just more about that you can see this guy, you can see he's got these 2 pentacles, he's juggling them. And this is just those 2 aspects of yourself that I've been talking about this whole time. It's the part of you that's like, what are you doing? Why are you attached to this person? Why do you want them to reach out? And then the part of you that's like, well, I kind of want, I kind of just like want to hear from them. I want to get that validation that they care about me. I want them to change. I want them to show that they care and things like that. So those are the two sides for you. But it looks like there is, the fact it's in reverse tells me, I think it's going to come to a crux in December where you're really feeling those two poles very strongly and it's creating a lot of tension. But then it's they're going to come up so strongly. It's going to become so uncomfortable that you kind of have to address it in a different way without trying to control the other. Like sometimes one side of us will try to control the other or try to like logic it from existing anymore, if that makes sense. But I think you're going to realize, no, I need to approach this differently. And that's where the new wave thinking comes in. Some of you might even literally be doing some inner child work. With the sun, it's all about being completely exposed, being open, and feeling the freedom that comes from just complete openness. So whatever's been hiding, whatever aspects of you that's been repressed and hiding, or the aspect that I've been talking about, the sensitivity, is gonna just come up. It's gonna be brought to a boil. It's gonna have to be exposed, and you're gonna figure out a new way of approaching this part of yourself with maybe a little bit more love. If you can flip this Queen of Cups energy, that's all about giving yourself love. And also the Queen gives other people love. And that's also kind of why the Queen's showing in reverse here. It's showing that that mentality has hurt you. Giving too much love to someone or a situation that didn't deserve it. Too much attention. If it's a job we're talking about here, a toxic work environment, for some of you, it's giving you too much attention and energy into this toxic environment instead of leaving it behind. So it's the Queen of Cups in reverse. She's giving a lot away, or maybe not away, but she's giving a lot to causes or people that don't deserve it, that isn't actually going to help her at all in her life. So why do it? But it looks like that's what you've done, and you can apply how you've done it to your own life. It'll be different for all of you. A lot of you, it's a specific person here. Some of you could be a family member. It's not all about, this is the love and spirituality reading. A lot of time it is about romantic love, but it can be family members. It can be job, workplace, however it fits into your life. That's what it is for you. But the energy's there. And so we need to address this, because it's not good to just be giving and not getting anything back. And I think that's what's happening here. These two cards being here, beautiful. The Sun, that's about exposure, and you're exposing that part, that sensitive part of yourself. And I think there's an acceptance there, because it's our inner child, the traumas we experience as children, even as babies, as infants, and then our first trauma being born. It's for a lot of us anyway. And so it's about just recognizing that and shedding light on it. We have the beautiful heat from the sun and the light from the sun, just you're shining a light on it, and you're realizing a new way. We're having a paradigm shift here, a new way of feeling into that part of you and accepting it and respecting it. That's how you're going to have this integration in this change that is so important for you. Okay, so that's the messages for you guys for December. I'm not getting anything else. I think I said what I was supposed to say for you guys. So I'm just going to read this beautiful change card for you, okay, to end our reading. Okay, change. Dancing clouds. And I usually don't read the part that's italicized, but I'm being called to right now. I don't know what it's going to say, but I'm feeling like I'm supposed to. So I'm going to read that part as well. So it'll be a little bit longer of a read, but I think it'll be important messages. So throughout time, people have looked to the heavens for signs, and in the ever-changing moment or movement of the clouds, they have seen shapes and forms that seemed to be direct messages from the Creator. Okay, so I think the reason I felt called to read this is, I think sunbathing is gonna be important. I know it's December, so the sun's not out very much, but when it is, it's gonna be really healing for you to go out and just relax and look at the sky. And some of you might even get a message through the clouds, through the shape of the clouds. For some of you, that I think that's what is going on here. Sometimes we can see like a symbolism in the shapes. I don't know, a message somehow. Anyway, so clouds are shapeshifters. Their essence is the same, but they can change from mist to rain to ice to snow to water. The transient nature of clouds lends the understanding that life is transitory and ever-changing. So, if some of you are having trouble moving on from a situation that is not helping you, only hurting you, it is time to let that go. And this is just a reinforcing that reminder that everything is always changing. All things are passing, as the Catholics say. All things are passing. So we can let go and remember 5 years from now, everything's going to be completely different than it is now. So we don't need to stay stuck or to stay attached. It's easier said than done, but I think it's just a reminder. Okay, so it's okay to change your mind. It's all right to change directions. You do not need to be consistent. This is the time to put the needs and expectations of others aside and listen to the beat of your own drum. You don't need to follow tradition. Create your own traditions. You are free to express yourself and let your spirit fly. Be daring. Go beyond predictable behavior. Just because something has always been done a certain way doesn't mean that it needs to continue to be done that way. You can't control the exact circumstances of your life, but you can control what meaning you give to them. Select meanings that empower you, for this is the same to be carefree, wild, and unpredictable. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. You can feel into how that specific message works through your life. It definitely fits into the theme that we've been talking about here. So, okay, I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading. All right, I wish the best for you in December. Until next time.